Hello and welcome. Today we're going to talk about menopause and career transitions. So my name's Tracy Montgomery and I talk about all things menopause, midlife and all the crap that goes with it. So we know that during this transitional time, this transitional phase on into postmenopause, that our hormones are creating this hormonal shit show for many, and it can be difficult for us to function on a daily basis, let alone holding on to career at the same time. So you need to be aware of your own personal menopausal symptoms and how they affect you on the daily, which is why journaling is an extremely useful tool, because it will tell you what your hormones are doing to you. You may not notice. You may not notice that it's taking you a little bit longer to get going in the morning. You may not notice that you've had 3 nights on the trot where you haven't slept properly, because it becomes part of who and what you are going through. So there are a number of things that can happen and that can support you during this phase and on into the post-menopause phase, because you're going to be slightly different and you might need a little bit of extra support. So the first thing that you need to do is to communicate this. I know, easier said than done, but you need to be in a space, a workspace, where you can communicate this. Check in with your HR department if you've got one, and make sure that they are aware of how those hormones can be affecting you. Now, we know that at this stage our time management can be a little bit tricky, a little bit difficult. I'm going to talk about myself here because, yes, I do this, but I also have a job as well. And I get asked to do more. I get asked, can you do more? Will you take on? So be aware of how that time now can be affecting you. I've really struggled with fatigue during this perimenopause stage. Not sure how it's going to look in postmenopause. Might still be the same, but I find that my energy levels crash quite rapidly, quite quickly. You need to be aware of this. So as part of your journaling, note if you get to 2-3 o'clock in the afternoon and your energy levels crash. Note if you've worked your 5 days or your shift pattern and then you need 2 days to actually recover from it. Note those sort of things because they are important. They're important on you so that you can function effectively. Notice also how you respond. Time itself and how fatigued you are can also then have a knock-on effect into your stress and your stress management. Start noticing how you deal with your stress and what those triggers are and whether you can reduce them. So trying to get enough sleep helps you reduce the stress, but are there other things within your work environment that are causing you stress? Maybe you've got a particular uniform that might need some adapting. Maybe you've got a particular work pattern that is causing you more stress. Maybe the fact that they are trying to get you to do more is causing you more stress. This feeds back into keeping the communication open. There are certain things that you need to look at within your work environment that can help you. Things like regular breaks. Make sure you're getting your regular breaks. Make sure you're getting enough breaks and make sure that you're getting yourself hydrated. You've got time to drink, you've got time to eat, you've got time, if you need to sort other things out throughout the day. Because if you can look after yourself whilst you're at work, you're going to be a little bit more productive, aren't you? Now, there are plenty of resources out there that you can look at or talk to me about that can help support you through your work environment. And don't forget that you can talk to other women, not necessarily the women that you work with, but women in other work environments. A different work area may do things differently to the way that they're done in your work environment. So it's always a good idea to network throughout any transition. Keeping the dialogue going can help and support you through this transformational phase. Keep learning about what it is as well. Keep learning about how these hormones can affect you, how they can change things. We don't know how long it's going to last. We don't know how severe it's going to be to you. You are unique. You are individual. So your own personal menopausal journey is going to be unique to you. And make sure that you're not getting pushed to one side. They're getting on a little bit. Don't let that sort of talk, that sort of conversation, that sort of dialogue be used about you. Yeah, okay, so we are getting a little bit longer in the tooth. Doesn't mean to say that we're not capable, doesn't mean to say that we can't continue in a productive, functional, and useful manner. And make sure that within your work environment that you're allowed time for regular health checkups. If you are going through post-menopause, perimenopause, and your hormones are all over the place, you're going to need extra health checkups. You might want to talk about HRT. You might want to talk about other things that are going to affect you ongoing. So make sure you've got time for that. Make sure you make time for that. Make sure that your company that you're working for allows time for that. And whilst we are adjusting our work patterns, if we need to adjust our work patterns, think about the financial side of things. Because if you are going to reduce your working capacity, reduce your working hours, then maybe you need to think about how that will affect you financially. So think about the environment you're working in. Make sure that it is a supportive environment. Make sure that you can talk to people within that environment and keep networking with people outside your environment as well. If you need to know more, if you want to talk about more, then come and join us in Menopause, Midlife, and all the crap. I will talk to you soon. My name is Tracy Montgomery, and I look forward to speaking to you again. Bye for now.